my hobby is firefighting. Now I've got the sympathy vote from you. Let's make a start. Don't worry, I was very well insured. I plan to get a few holidays and a new car on the insurance as well. so please don't worry. Okay, so I'm Steve Elliott. I'm a business advisor, and the business trades under the name of Advice for Business. What qualifies me, I wonder, to be a business advisor? How can I walk into somebody's business and advise them on how to become more effective, how to become more profitable, how to make that business move to the next level? Well, it's just based upon experience, good experience and bad experience. I've had lots of successes, lots of failures over the years. A brief career history. I started in the gas industry a very, very long time ago, working for British Gas. Did very well for them. By the time I was 27, I'd moved to the construction industry, construction materials, and I was sales and marketing director of a very large, in fact £100 million turnover with 100 salespeople, concrete manufacturing business. I retired from the corporate world in 1991 to set up my own business with my wife. And we set up a catering and hospitality business, which we ran for 15 years. By the time we sold it in 2006, the business was turning over £5 million, and we had work all over the country, corporate work, plus we did 3 weddings a week, etc., etc. We sold that business because the marriage was falling apart. The marriage was falling apart because we worked together, and we worked probably 100 hours a week, loads of money in the bank, but never any time to spend it. My daughter had gone to one of the very best private boarding schools. Suddenly she was 18 and I didn't know who she was. She came home from school, "Who are you?" I hadn't seen her since she was 5. She'd spent her life at boarding school. So when I talk about time, team and money, I really know from experience how that works. So we decided to sell the business, and I've done what I do now ever since 2006. I've owned a few other businesses on the way. Chain of sweet shops and a couple of pubs, just the sort of thing you like to play with. But at the moment, I concentrate just on working with business owners and helping them take their business to the next level. It's not. People often think that I work with struggling businesses that are really struggling to survive, and I don't really. Sometimes I do. I don't really like those businesses. I like to introduce those to Darren. That's his speciality. The trouble with struggling businesses is they can't afford to pay me. And quite strangely, I quite like to get paid when I go to work. So really what I'm looking for, please introduce me to struggling businesses because I can help them. But what I'm really looking for is thriving businesses, businesses that are doing really well. Businesses that are doing so well because they're damn good at what they do. It doesn't matter what they are. They might be a plumber, they might be an electrician, they might be an accountant, they might be a lawyer. I've worked with all of those sectors. They're really, really good at what they do, but how does that qualify them to manage a business? Just because they're a brilliant plumber, and I'm not picking on Rich for any particular reason, I'm not just because they might be a brilliant plumber, it doesn't mean that they understand all the various aspects of running a business. How do they market their business? How do they convert their inquiries to a sale? How do they make their operations as efficient as possible? What about human resources? What do they do about that? How do they recruit staff? Where do the staff come from? It doesn't mean they know about finance and how to do a cash flow projection, how to understand the finance and to make sure that the bills are paid, etc. They're a damn good plumber. Doesn't mean that they could run the rest of the business. And that's my role, is to get involved and to make them understand, help them set up KPIs. Lee, what's a KPI?
Key performance indicator, I believe, Steve.
Lee's a brilliant refrigeration engineer, but he's rubbish with his KPIs. A bit of inside information. So what I do is I go in and I take the business apart, brick by brick, and help the business owner put it back together again. I don't tell them how to do it. I learn what it is they're trying to achieve. Where are they now? Where would they really, really like the business to be? And then I help them put together a plan for getting it there. Once the plan's together, I stay on board for the long term and I make sure they get there. I've got whips, chains and baseball bats that I use if necessary, but usually just talking to them and a quiet, confident, motivational chat is enough to keep them online. So that's about it. I guess I ought to tell you who my ideal referral is if I haven't covered it already. It's a business that's damn good at what they do. They're doing quite well, but they need some help getting to the next level. That's me, Stephen Elliott, Advice for Business. Is there time for a quick question? No. No? Thanks, James.
Quick question for Steve? No? Where does the 6-year-old go to school now?
He's on holiday now, fortunately, and it happened on his very, very last day at school. And the house is only 100 yards from the school. It was actually the school that rang me and said, "Did you know your house was on fire?" Okay, thank you very much.